Thank you to everyone who voted in this poll. Over 1,000 people voted, which is awesome. So let's jump into the best non-force sensitive pilots in the Star Wars galaxy. Now, a bit of a shock to me, to be honest, but dead last with only 3% of the votes is Wedge Antilles. I think everyone who voted for Wedge has probably read the Rogue Squadron books, which I highly recommend. Wedge was a Corellian who started out flying cargo ships when he was recruited into the Sky Strike Academy by the Empire. Naturally, after witnessing their brutality with a few massacres, he sent out a message to the Fulcrum spy network that he wanted out. He was rescued by Sabine Wren of the Spectres and later fought alongside Luke Skywalker in the Red Squadron during the Battle of Yavin, and then later in Hoth, and also him and Lando Calrissian destroyed the second Death Star. He saved Luke Skywalker during the Battle of the first Death Star by taking out the last TIE fighter that Luke couldn't quite shake, that is before Darth Vader. Unfortunately, we lost our buddy Porkins in the process. Now, Wedge's last mission, he came out of retirement to fight in the Battle of Exegol with the Sith Eternal, alongside our next pilot on the list. With 6% of the votes, Poe Dameron comes in at number 3. Poe's mother was a rebel pilot in Green Squadron during the Battle of Endor, and she taught Poe how to fly in her old A-Wing when he was only 6 years old. He ran with the Spice Runners of Kijimi for a while before joining the New Republic Defense Fleet and learned under legendary pilot and number 4 on our list, Wedge Antilles. He was eventually given command of Rapier Squadron when he met BB-8, but then he left to join Leia Organa's resistance after the New Republic's unwillingness to fight the First Order. He was instrumental in destroying Starkiller Base, then was promoted to general after the passing of Leia Organa and battled the Sith Eternal on Exegol. Number 2 on our list with 30% of the votes is the legendary leader of the Spectres, Hera Syndulla. The Twi'lek from Ryloth and daughter of famous freedom fighter Cham Syndulla flew the Ghost with co-pilot and astromech droid Chopper, one of my favorite droids. Even Grand Admiral Thrawn acknowledged her as one of the best pilots in the galaxy.
They've destroyed 2 of our interceptors. It must be Hera Syndulla.
Oh, I think not. If Captain Syndulla were piloting the ship, our fighters would not have survived this long.
She was instrumental in the rebellion, becoming leader of Phoenix Squadron and helping liberate Lothal from the Empire. She gave birth to her son Jason Syndulla shortly after, whom she had with Jedi Knight Kanan Jarrus. She became one of the top military leaders, fighting on Scarif, on Hoth, in the Battle of Endor, and then finally defeating the Empire on the Battle of Jakku as leader of the Alphabet Squadron. Now, before we talk about number 1, here's a few honorable mentions that I think belong on the list. Both Boba Fett and Jango Fett were extraordinary pilots and flew the legendary ship Slave One. Also, Din Djarin, another Mandalorian, was no slouch in the cockpit either. And to no surprise, number 1 with 60% of the votes is some random dude named Han Solo. Or is it Han Solo? It doesn't matter. This scruffy looking nerf herder from Corellia was able to shoot Darth Vader's X-1 TIE so that Luke could destroy the first Death Star, and later he piloted a Tauntaun on Hoth to help save Luke once again after he was attacked by an ice creature. But Han had some assistance in addition to being the best pilot in the galaxy. His furball co-pilot and best friend Chewie saved him on more than one occasion. And he was also the only pilot to make the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs, albeit through a shorter course through a maelstrom and a gravity well called the Maw. He helped Luke and Obi-Wan escape Tatooine, he rescued Princess Leia from the first Death Star, he knocked Boba Fett into a Sarlacc pit, and then he married Leia Organa in the Bright Tree Village on Endor. From our list, Han, Wedge, and Hera were all instrumental in destroying the first Death Star and the second Death Star, while Poe helped destroy the Empire's other super weapon, Starkiller Base. Click here to see why the Death Star was the worst idea the Empire ever had, and may the Force be with you.